So we're just gonna read through a narrative, and you get to make decisions in the narrative. And afterwards, we're just gonna ask you questions. Rita.
Before we begin, let us paint you a picture. You're 30 years old, and you're a manager for the marketing sector in your local firm, and your job is to keep your employees productive, organized, and not slacking off. You're known for being strict and following protocol without fail. As of recent, your sector has had issues regarding productivity, and it has dropped 15% over the last month. If your sector has shortcomings, then you as the manager are responsible for it. Strict action needs to be taken to ensure that everyone is completing their jobs to a satisfactory level. Do you enforce overtime to only those who are being unproductive? Enforce overtime to everyone, or threaten a pay drop if things don't improve?
Overtime to everyone.
I'll enforce overtime for everyone.
Increase overtime pay for the... Sorry. Enforce overtime for people who are slacking off.
Those are all shitty decisions. I wouldn't make any of those decisions. What was the second one?
Enforcing overtime to everyone.
I guess that's the least shitty one.
You send out an email to all your employees demanding that they must work overtime and that there will be no exceptions. As you enter the break room to have your lunch, the voices from your employees drop to whisper. You overhear some words such as unfair, but continue to enjoy your sandwich. Each day you finish at 5 o'clock on the dot whilst your employees stay behind. The report comes in at the end of the month showing little progress in productivity. As you're sitting in your office slowly hacking away at your work, an email comes through from your boss. They said that they have concerns of a rumour in which the employees in your sector are calling for a strike. Your boss asks you to deal with this issue right away. Do you confront everyone, email them all with like a threat, or talk one-on-one with one employee?
Talk with them all. The first one.
Confront everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Confront everyone.
So, talking to an employee?
Yeah, it would have to be the union rep.
Why did you choose overtime for everyone, and why not only the slackers?
Because it's all about team environment in the office.
How does the limiting choice factor make you feel about the narrative?
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable?
The fact that I have to be mean to everyone except the last person. All the options are, there's no sort of I'll see if I can be the nice guy and and still get it done sort of thing.
Do you feel like a bad person?
Oh yes, I felt so bad. At the beginning, I wanted to do something nice at the end. I don't know what was the end though, but...
You seemed like you were enjoying it though.
I was picturing myself, I was this little cubicles all around me, and I was dictating everyone.
Do you feel like a bad person after going through this? If so, why?
I feel pretty good, to be honest.
You don't feel bad at all?
Nah.
Okay.
Don't have the option to do anything else, so
you're fine with it, because you're
because it's out of my control, so yeah.
Your given choices are very limiting. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it's kind of like you don't take it as seriously. You're oh, this is a rubbish choice.
But
at the same time, I'm just thinking Papers, Please is a game where you have very limited choices, and maybe that's the sort of narrative you're going for. I don't have enough understanding about the situation to go, oh yeah, it's with that there was a very clear kind of situation that you're dumped into. You know why. You know what the pressures are on you. You know why this job. So I can only say that if this job was the way you described it, if it was in a New Zealand company, it doesn't ring true to me. So it would have to have another part of the narrative that's saying these are the choices because what was the country? A Stotska or something? Yeah, it was glorious. That's the reason you only have these choices, because that's the pseudo-communist dictator. Well, I don't know. I guess it was Albania more than anything. State that you're stuck in. So you, because of that, these are your choices. Whereas looking at these choices and looking at what the workers are saying, I'm thinking they've got all the reasons to strike in the world. There's no reason why they wouldn't walk away, or you wouldn't walk away from the job.
With that, you have more of an incentive because you look after your family, and that's you just.
And
obey.
also, you could all just get killed because it's a police state of some description. They don't go into too much detail, but they give you enough to feel that that's where you are.
If in the story, in the narrative, the people sort of around me were probably more hostile towards me, So if the people were maybe not actually aggressive, but more sort of aggressive towards me, then I think in my mind I'd be like, all right, screw you too, and be more bad.
As me, it's sort of like role play. It's sort of just...
So you don't feel any sort of authority?
Not really. It's more like seeing where the story goes if I give authority within the narrative. If I don't consider myself a hard ass sort of person, but you told me that this person I now am is, I then have to alter my own personality to fit that narrative. So, by the way I am, I would try to help people, give them special treatment. I'd try and the kind of person I am. I'd rather try and consider everyone. But if I'm known for being a hard ass, I'll change my rules and say, well, I'm a hard ass, so no. There also does feel like a bit of a time limit because you've been asked the question. And you're expecting to push the story forward, so you're like, you can't say to the person, come back in 10 minutes, I'll make a decision.
Coming from your last project, because this is a continuation, right? Yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes, because the last one, it was sort of like, I think the fact that I was physically doing something in the last one made the decision more personal, because rather than just sitting here and just sort of choosing an option out of the list, I was actually doing something.